Hi, I'm Elio. Welcome to Taiwan. This is my second week here in Taiwan, and I just wanted to share with you how it has been. So, I will give you an insight into some of the highlights of my week in Taiwan. A few days before being allowed into the dorms, we got a tour around the campus, as well as an explanation of all the things that we had to figure out, all the documents we had to get, and all the registrations we had to do. The tour was very nice. We just walked around the campus and all the Taiwanese people just gave a short explanation of the buildings there. And then we took a group picture. Afterwards, my roommate Taima and some Taiwanese students and exchange students went to eat at the famous Xiaolongbao restaurant. It was called Din Tai Fung. At the restaurant there was a special way to eat the Xiaolongbao. So first you had to take a bite of the Xiaolongbao to let the fluid drip out onto your spoon. Then you add some ginger on top of it and you just eat the whole thing. I don't exactly know why you would first let the fluid drop out, but maybe that's just to make sure it's not too hot. And so this Xiaolongbao is actually pretty tasty. And the next day, after sleeping in still my hotel, I believe, I finally managed to get a SIM card for my phone, which was really needed as data to just find out the Google Maps where you want to go or message somebody is very useful. And then we went to Cijin Beach. It was a beautiful beach separated from the shore that you can only reach by the ferry. So we went to a big ferry where you only had to pay 30 Taiwanese dollars to get to the island. The ferry was quite full, but it only took us a few minutes to get to the island. Once we arrived, there was a very large market with lots of food stands. So we decided to just eat there after we went to the beach for a bit. Then we just did some swimming and laying on the beach. After that, we went to the market and got some sausages and squid on a stick. It was recommended by my buddy, my Taiwanese buddy, but the squid itself was quite chewy and didn't have a lot of taste. Luckily, the spices made up for it and it was quite tasty. Once we were done eating, we went back to the beach and we started to explore the mountain behind the beach. It was really beautiful and we did a lot of walking all the way to the top of the mountain. From where we could see the entire island as well as the campus from there. I can actually show you where the viewpoint was. So I'll take you there. All the way in the back over there is a lighthouse, and that is exactly where we were standing after walking up the mountain. So today I'm finally allowed to go into my dormitory. It's been 8 nights of sleeping in a hotel, so I'm really looking forward to this, and the weather is already pretty good. It is quite a walk, especially going up quite high with a few kilograms of luggage. So I managed to arrive in the dorm, and it's okay. We got 2 beds and lots of storage space everywhere. So that's pretty nice. We got 2 small desks, and that's about it. So luckily we have AC. Otherwise, it would be a quite hard time to survive in here. That evening, Taime and I went to a night market in the center of Kaohsiung, and luckily most things there are both extremely tasty as well as very cheap. That also caused us to, well, basically be able to go to a restaurant every single day. We don't need to cook at all here. Actually, we went to the Carrefour, which is a supermarket here that, well, has basically everything you would want. But it seemed to be even more expensive than just going to a restaurant and eating there. So that caused us to just eat at a restaurant. Here you can see one such a food stand at the night market. The following day consisted mostly of getting all the paperwork in order. Firstly, we had to pay for the dormitory, which was actually quite cheap, considering you can spread costs out over all 4.5 months. We also got ourselves registered as students at the National Sun Yat-sen University, and we also got a Taiwanese ID, such that we can open a bank account to receive the scholarship. Of course, that day I also did some running again, which has definitely become a routine by now. I usually just go running at the athletic track of the university. It can get quite hot, so I try to go in the morning. Usually it's not too hot. Finally, my Taiwanese buddy and I went to play table tennis in the evening. There's a local training of all Taiwanese students in the gym, and of course they're incredibly good. They have very crazy serves. I cannot return most of them, but I played some of these people and it was a really fun experience, but I didn't really stand a chance. Another day, Taime and I went to the city to rent scooters, just to be able to go to a national park or to drive into the mountains would be a really nice idea. So we bought them, all went smoothly, and afterwards we really fell in love with scooters, and it was a very nice experience to drive up the mountain roads, the curvy mountain roads. So we went to the top of this mountain actually, and from there you have a beautiful view of the entire city. So we'll definitely be going on some more trips. This was my entire second week in Taiwan. I hope you got a bit of a feel and experience of how it was here. I really love it.